The average rate of change of a function over an interval is the change in the y values, or the change in the f of x values, divided by the change in x. So we can compute it using this formula here, f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a. That's the average rate of change from a to b. So let's try computing some examples using functions given by tables. So on the left, we've got this table telling us about f, the function f. So if we want the average rate of change in f, let's go from 11 to 13. Okay, so our starting point is this 11 here, and we're stopping at 13. So we got to find the change in y, or the change in f of x, and then divide it by the change in x. But the change in y, so at the end we're at 73. Y is 73 at the end, but where we started, it was at 41. So we take 73, we subtract 41, and then the change in x. So at the end it's 13. At the start, it was 11. And then we just simplify this. So we have 73 minus 41. That's going to give us 32. And 13 minus 11 is 2. 32 divided by 2 is 16. So the average rate of change from 11 to 13 in f is 16. So on average, every time x goes up 1, f of x goes up by 16 in this interval. Let's try another example using g of x here. We've got another table telling us about the function g. If we want to find the average rate of change from, let's say, let's go from 4 to 8. So from x equals 4 to x equals 8. So what does that look like? So it's, again, change in y over change in x. So we're starting at 4, we're stopping at 8. That means the initial, or the ending y value is 18, and we're subtracting, the initial value is 12. So we started at 12, went to 18, the difference is 18 minus 12. And then the change in x, we've got 8 is where we stop. We subtract 4, which is where we start, and let me do that in red. 8 minus 4, and then we simplify. 18 minus 12 is 6, 8 minus 4 is 4. We've got 6/4, that's the same thing as 1.5 or 3/2 if you prefer. So on average, as x goes up by 1, g of x goes up by 1.5 units.